sorry, kiddo, I really am. You have a good soul. And I hate giving good people bad news.
I'm Tony, he's Mike, and we are wrapping up the Hercules saga with Lou Ferrigno, The Adventures of Hercules.
I will find you.
The heavens become a battlefield when Hercules meets his match. The incredible Lou Ferrigno in the all-new Hercules 2, The Adventures of Hercules.
Written and directed by Luigi Cozzi, I think is how you pronounce his name. Lou Ferrigno returned as Hercules. Millie Carlucci as Urena. Sonia Dago it up for me there, buddy. Viviani as Glaucia. And the return of William Berger as King Minos. And Ava Robbins as Delios. Who loves science.
With this sword, science shall triumph.
Now, I'm going to say this. This movie is not as absurd as the first Hercules film. That doesn't make it any less enjoyable. So, and let's just, here's the plot. All right, I'm going to rob this little segment from him here real quick. Here's the plot. Hercules has to find 7 lightning bolts, so he goes and he does 7 things, and he finds all 7 of them, and that's it.
Wow, that was fast.
The only thing that's missing is Hercules pulling out like a grocery list and checking each one off in between. It could have been like Kill Bill, you know, where he writes it out and just writes a line through them. But
yeah, but I mean, it's side quest boogaloo. I mean, there's side quests within the side quests. I mean, they just keep coming, one after another, after another, after another.
I wrote a list.
So to just get a little somewhat deeper in this plot. So it's a coup d'etat. Hera, Aphrodite, Poseidon, and Fiona scheme to rob Zeus of his power.
But one day, foolish and envious gods stole the 7 thunderbolts and unleashed the diabolical forces of evil and chaos.
For whatever reasons it is. And so they bring back Hercules to find the thunderbolts.
Hercules, return to Earth. Retrieve my 7 thunderbolts, which allow me to maintain order.
And then, so to make sure that Hercules fails in his quest, they bring back King Minos.
Zeus has brought Hercules back to life. We need your help. He must be eliminated. And whatever you wish will be yours.
yes. Yeah.
I love King Minos. He's one of my favorite cartoony villains of all time.
The scenery like no one's business, man.
It's great.
Science and chaos have given me the power to eliminate you all.
And he summons back Delios. And here's something I didn't notice the first time I watched the original Hercules, is that Delios has breasts, but a codpiece.
Yes.
And so I was like, what is Delios? I mean, is Delios packing down there? Is she the first she?
No, I was going to say, because Mr. B Natural was on MST3K, and that left me confused for a long time.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I'll throw the clip in here.
And when you do, just call on me, and I'll pop right out to help you.
I bet.
One of the nicest is about my good friend Buzz Turner. Little guy I first met when he was in junior high.
Mr. B, you're hot.
I don't know. Delios is kind of hot. Every woman in this film is hot.
That's the one thing I liked about this film and the original is like every chick that crops up is like hotter than the next.
Yes. And there are plenty of attractive women in this film. So just to go through the checklist with you all, so you know we're not making this shit up. So first, Hercules has to go and beat up a green Wookiee.
Yep.
And then,
I got shades of fucking the Biotic Man and Bigfoot.
and then Hercules goes and he beats up the slime people. And then he kills the Medusa scorpion. And that was that was ish at best. And then there's the forest of dangling souls.
You will join my forest of dangling souls.
Your death shall free the souls.
And then then we have
the terrible flashbacks of fucking Blair Witch Project.
Yes, and then you have the underwater. Take this and you can breathe underwater herbs.
It is the Nereid.
And then there's the mermaids.
Hercules and Urania, you hold the fate of all that has been created in your hands.
And then you have the Forbidden Planet monster. And that's where Glaucia gets changed out for not Glaucia, who that comes into play later. We'll get into it later. Then there's the Amazon Zythia and the Amazon Queen. She's hiding one of the lightning bolts. And then there's Glacia and the reflective rock. And I wrote, what the f*** right next to that one. Because I was like, I didn't see a lightning bolt get picked up. I just saw Zeus go, I've got a lightning bolt. And then there's Urania, the final thunderbolt. And then Hercules decides to push the moon away from the earth because he's Hercules. And the moon is crashing down.
Well, I mean, there's chaos. Because Zeus lost his thunderbolts, so he had to save the.
He got him back.
Yeah, but only Hercules can separate continents and the moon.
Yes,
because you had to capture the iconic shot from the first movie again.
I'm just gonna say, like literally, you can watch this movie in chunks. It don't matter.
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
But there is some genuinely laugh out loud, hilarious moments. And Lou Ferrigno is taking it so seriously the entire time, while he's beating up a dude that looks like he's been covered in a tarp and boogers. There's a couple times you can see the tennis shoes of the people. Because, the ancient Greeks had a thing for a good pair of Adidas. The statue scene, apparently they couldn't afford props, so they just hired extras and painted them gray.
These statues, they look as quiet and still as mummies. As if the sculptor caught his subjects unaware.
When they're walking through the Medusa cave.
Yeah.
These statues are so good, they look so lifelike. Don't tell him. When I saw that, when that line was delivered, and I saw that it was just a bunch of people in gray makeup trying to hold as still as possible, I was laughing so hard I had to pause the movie. It's cheesy. And then here's the other thing. This makes no sense, but just that whole Medusa scene there. Medusa Scorpion, not Medusa, trademark, Ray Harryhausen, but Clash of the Titans. But anyway, they're walking through, there's all the statues, and she's like, oh yes, these statues, they're this and that, and da da da. She's looking at them and talking to them several times, but apparently, then she gives Hercules a shield, which he then uses to kill her by lopping her head off. Now, all this could have been avoided. She could have kept the shield and a lightning bolt.
I will find you. I'm coming.
Yes, do come. Let me look at you.
It makes no sense. It's completely dumb.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite little tidbit about this film. Bruno Mattei wrote a script for this film. He saw the original Hercules. He jumped on it. He wrote a script for it. And Luigi Cozzi, he turned it down because that script, it was rejected for being too sexy. Now,
damn, Bruno, what did we miss out on?
I don't know. I really want to find out. I hope that there's an archive out there. If you know where we can find Bruno Mattei's The Adventures of Hercules script, throw it down in the comments, please. I would love to read that.
I would love to read that.
So then they had a trimmed budget. and they rewrote a more family-friendly script. I guess somebody figured out that it was like 11-year-olds that were going to the theater. I could find no budget information about this film. I could find no box office information about this film. All I can tell you is that it's done $53,865 in Blu-ray sales. That's how much digging I did. Okay, I was able to find that, but nothing else.
This is a fun film to watch. It's not as fun as the original.
No, the original is infinitely daffier.
Yeah. There's more charm in the special effects. Like, I love all the mechanical beasts they had to fucking fight, which helped tie into the whole King Minos and doing it for science and all that shit.
Well, he's still doing it for science.
Yeah, but it was more about chaos as opposed to science in this one.
Needless, this is surely an important moment for science.
For me, the goal of science is to release chaos and disorder.
But I still love the fact that William Berger is the only guy that knew, like, you know, this is a complete fucking joke, and he, and like you say, he chews up the fucking surname. He is having so much fun in this fucking movie.
You're not wrong. He totally is. Lou Ferrigno, he brings his A game, but in a lot of the scenes, it's like, you can kind of tell he's not anywhere near as involved as he was in the first film.
Quick! Inside the stone mouth!
They're coming!
Inside!
This film is more coherent. It is a more A to B to C to D story, but that doesn't make it better. I was going to say the incoherence, the mystery of the original, I think actually adds to the charm factor of it. Now,
I think I'm going to disagree with you. I think the first one is more coherent, because like the side quests in this are fucking stupid and sometimes just borderline fucking pointless.
Yes, you're not you're not wrong.
So I do believe that the first film is superior than this. I mean, I'm not saying the first film is like some grand slam home run, like piece of fucking entertainment. It's not. But
the incredible Lou Ferrigno is Hercules.
But it's more satisfying to watch than this. But you know what? At the same time, like if you threw this on, maybe I'd watch it.
You'd watch it. Don't even lie about it. Where the first one had all the stop motion robot, creatures, which were cool. This one had a lot of animation that and
which was poorly done. I mean, didn't even try to rotoscope at the end where they were doing the fucking thing. At least if they rotoscope it, that was their.
It was cheap rotoscoping. It was super cheap rotoscoping.
10-year-old kid fucking tracing fucking lines. It was so poorly done.
In animation, they have terminology, and it's on the 1, which means that every frame is a new piece of artwork, and then they have on the 2, which means every second frame is a new piece of artwork. This looks like it was on the 8, so it's like 3 frames per second. Actually changed it, and they have that bit where they have the big boulder altar that they chain the girl over, and that's ripped straight from Forbidden Planet. It looks exactly like the Forbidden Planet monster when it comes out. Clips will be right here. But when they get to the end of this, they were just like, I don't know, let's take King Kong and rotoscope, do the drawings of that, because you have King Kong fighting the T-Rex or the Allosaurus. Yeah, then you have King Kong fighting the snake
from the 1975 one.
No, it was actually from the 1933 one. It's a plesiosaur. Yeah, it's a plesiosaur, but they drew it as a snake because look, they're out of money. They're out of money.
They fight the giant snakes.
Well, the Lou Ferrigno King Minos sword fight, that's from the credits of the first film. so yeah, it's not like there were high dollars here. It's just kind of like, well, how do we wrap this up? I don't know, King Kong?
Actually, a note I had was the first 8 minutes of this film is a recap of the first
He told them they had to hit 90 minutes. They didn't say how. So, it got there. This movie is funnier to me because of how cheap it is. And they're still, nobody bothered to dial in the ambitions. Like, really, did Zeus need 7 Thunderbolts? He couldn't have gotten by with like 3, and they could have had 3 engaging stories. No, 7, and you're going to beat the crap out of people that are dressed like snot monsters.
Well, here's the other dumb thing, too. Is at the end, Zeus uncovers the plot. He figures out all these people, all the other gods are against him. But at the end, he just forgives them.
And so I forgive you, and forgive those gods who had lost faith and rebelled against me. Let peace reign again and forever on Olympus.
It's all right. You guys learned your lesson. It's okay. Whatever. It's all water under the bridge.
He controls time because he is the son of Kronos. But yeah, we'll let Hercules deal with that whole Earth, moon smashing into the Earth thing. I got shit to do. I missed MASH.
And poor Delios gets punished out of this. She gets blinked out of existence.
Oh, Father Time!
Yeah.
And they're for ruined science and chaos.
King Minos will return. No, wait, he's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah.
So,
I don't think they made a third Hercules.
Look, I'm just going to say, for as disappointing as this film was, I enjoyed it immensely. I don't know how else to put it. It did not live up to the first one, but yet somehow in its failure, it kind of lived up to the first one. I love that we get the recap with, Jesus in the bathtub. All my favorites were there. There was some new stuff. It was dumb. It was ridiculous. I laughed. It's a bye.
It's fun. It's not a recommend. But I would not fault you if you watched it, or even after this review, if you went and watched it. Hey, great! You'll have fun. You'll have fun.
If you need a dumb action film with Lou Ferrigno in it, this will scratch that itch. It's everything it's set out to be. And that's all it is.
I will say that whatever they set out to achieve, they achieved it.
Look, after you watch the first Hercules movie, you're gonna have to follow it up with something. Why not this? You got anything else?
No, we'll see you guys next time.